War is not won by the most advanced prototype, but by the relentless rhythm of the assembly line. The world is blinded by the glamour of stealth jets and hypersonic missiles, while ignoring the smoking chimneys of the industrial heartland. In 2026, the era of exquisite warfare is colliding with the reality of mass attrition. The battlefield is no longer just a geographical coordinate. It is a calculation of raw manufacturing output. Victory is a product of the factory floor. China's true strategic depth is not its military bases, but its industrial ecosystem. While the West deindustrialized for profit margins, Beijing integrated its supply chains for total war. Every civilian shipyard is a latent naval powerhouse. Every electronics factory is a potential drone hive. In a high-intensity conflict, the ability to replace losses in days, not years, is the only metric that matters. The dragon does not just fight, it outproduces.
Look at the cold math of the Taiwan Strait. A single American destroyer takes 5 years to build. 1,000 Chinese suicide drones take 5 days to print. The United States has optimized itself for quality over quantity, creating a military of golden hammers that cannot be replaced once they are broken. In an industrial war, superiority is temporary. The side that can sustain 1,000 losses and keep the line moving is the side that dictates the terms of surrender. Modern weapons are globalized, yet their components are centralized. Every American missile depends on rare earth elements and microelectronics, often sourced from the very adversary they are meant to target. This is the ultimate geopolitical irony, a superpower that cannot arm itself without the permission of its rival's supply chain. In 2026, a trade embargo is as lethal as a kinetic strike. To control the material is to control the outcome of the war.
Washington's Replicator initiative is an admission of failure. It is a desperate attempt to regain the mass they traded away for prestige. But factories cannot be built overnight with white papers and political promises. It takes decades to cultivate the skilled labor and the machine tool infrastructure required for a sustained war effort. While America writes the code, China is already forging the steel. The digital ghost cannot defeat the industrial ghost. We are returning to the logic of 1944. Where the arsenal of democracy won through sheer volume. But the roles have shifted. The industrial center of gravity has moved east. The shipyards of Dalian and Jiangnan are producing more tonnage in a year than the entire Western world combined.
This is not a technological gap. It is a capacity gap. A war between a service economy and a manufacturing economy has a predictable mathematical conclusion. Consider the kill chain in a factory war. If a J-20 is lost, the line produces another by the end of the month. If an F-35 is lost, the replacement is years away. This creates a psychological paralysis for Western commanders who cannot afford to lose their exquisite assets. China, however, can afford to be reckless. They can trade 10 cheap platforms for one expensive one and still win the war of numbers. Sustainability is the new lethality. Industrial war is the ultimate test of a nation's soul. It requires a total mobilization of resources, energy, and will. China's centralized control allows it to pivot its entire economy to a war footing in a microsecond. The distinction between civilian and military has been erased. This is total war in the 21st century, not fought with trenches, but with automated production lines and 3D printing hubs that never sleep. The audit of 2026 is final. The era of rapid dominance is dead, replaced by the era of industrial endurance. The superpower that forgets how to build is a superpower that has already lost. In the coming conflict, the winner will not be the one with the bravest pilots, but the one with the most efficient factories. The Forge is the final arbiter of history. Subscribe to Strategic Forecast for the next industrial deep dive.